What? No!
So hey guys, this is iDuckFilms, and today is November 11th, 2016. And you're probably wondering, well, what are you doing on November 11th, 2016? Like, why is the date important? Well, it's because today is the 5th anniversary of the YouTube channel AlexC0615, and whose YouTube channel started on November 11th, 2011. And I'm going to be giving you all a brief history of this YouTube channel, which is clearly very important business. And I've kind of been following him for the past 4 or so years. His YouTube channel is basically dead now though, so I'll be giving you a complete history of this YouTube channel. So, on November 11th, 2011, he uploaded his first video, a claymation version of Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Compared to his later videos, it is very crude. The animation is not that good. It is literally filmed on a couple of featureless whiteboards. And there's nothing too special about it. It's just a Kirby's Return to Dreamland claymation, like it says in the title. He made 7 of these, and they're not too special. I guess they gradually get a little bit better as they go along. And I always found it weird that the last episode featured Kirby fighting Dark Matter instead of Magalore, who's the real final boss of Kirby's Return to Dreamland. But whatever. Where are the Spear Doomers? The next series he did was a thing called Kirby's Amazing Adventure. And, to explain it, I guess he explained it best in the description of the quote-unquote intro video. Kirby's back in an all-new story I'd like to call Kirby's Amazing Adventure. This is not a level, but merely the intro. This introduces 2 of Kirby's friends. The first is Kirby, Blue, who is quiet and obedient, although he is significantly younger than Kirby. Because of his young age, he cannot inhale or puff. He is more of Kirby's best friend, and is often Kirby's right-hand man, rarely leaving his sight. Then there's Kirby, Green, who's rather competitive, and a bit older than Kirby. He is quite solitary and often prefers to do things his own way alone. The plot of this story begins when Kirby laid flat on the ground after being transported back home through the portal. When Kirby wakes up, he decides to call his 2 best friends, Kirby and Kirby, to hang out after being gone so long. When Kirby and his pals get night, however, Dark Matter, or rather Dark Matter's soul, appears behind them and snatches the 3 and sends them to an alternate dimension. When Kirby wakes up, his friends wake up soon after. Kirby becomes frightened and panic, but Kirby calms him down and cheers him up. After the pep talk, Kirby and Kirby turn around to see that Kirby had already left to search for a way back home, and the 2 proceed to follow him. And no, I do not know where the yellow Kirby is. He's not in this series, for some reason. While the Kirby's Return to Dreamland series only contained abilities from, Kirby's Return to Dreamland, Alex decided to mix old copy abilities from Kirby's Return to Dreamland, and his own original Do Not Steal copy abilities. I added sound effects and everything. These original Do Not Steal copy abilities include Devil, Tool, Slime, Army, Stealth, which is not ninja, he swears, Snow, Skate, and Holiday. We swear he's not Santa. Also, there's a boss called Mud Dude, original character Do Not Steal. Then on January 26th, he introduced the series that is the most important, Paper Kirby. This is where I'm going to spend the majority of this video talking about. There are actually 3 chapters of the series, the 3rd of which is unfinished. We recognize Chapter 3 Part 1 as the one where I use in my YTPs so frequently often. You are probably really sick of it.
What? No!
The reason why I don't use the first chapters in my YTPs is because of the voice acting. That's right, there is no voice acting in this series before Chapter 3. It was only because in the YouTube comments, people were wondering why it didn't have voice acting. For good reason. The plot of Chapter 1 focuses on Kirby going to the Paper Mario world and trying to find his way out. Along the way, he meets Blue Kirby and Watt from the original Paper Mario. The overarching plot of Chapter 1 is basically to stop Green Kirby from destroying stuff. Green is the coolest character in Paper Kirby. Let me get this straight. He's just kind of like an arrogant. Like, he just has this really cool ego who I relate to for some reason. Nerds! And the reason why he enters the Brawlathon is to help totally original character Rosie. Among the things that Kirby does in the Brawlathon are not Mario Kart, not Super Smash Brothers, and alright, you're just getting really lazy at this point. There's some stuff about this bad guy named Oblivion, and this even badder guy with the totally original name of X, and there are a ton of other original characters who fans sent him. And in between parts of Chapter 2, he made this other series that isn't Kirby, surprisingly enough, called Pokemon Adventure, which is okay, I guess. It's not very memorable. It's just Alex and his self-insert friends going on a Pokemon adventure. What more do you want from me? There was Kirby's Amazing Adventures 7, which is just another episode of Kirby's Amazing Adventure. Then there's his most famous video, the Kirby's Return to Dreamland remake, which was the video that made me discover his channel. In 2012, I found it when looking for Kirby's Return to Dreamland playthrough videos. It's my favorite video game of all time, and I love watching Let's Plays of Kirby's Return to Dreamland. And it's basically just a remake of Alex's first video, but with slightly better animation. And it's the first video with backgrounds to become a staple of later Alex videos. Still no spear doomer. I recall Alex entering this video into some sort of Kirby 20th anniversary contest held by Nintendo, but he didn't win. Not like any of the entries were any better. The most important of these videos is Paper Kirby Chapter 3 Part 1, and it's the only one that has voice acting. The story of that, you've seen it in all my YouTube poops, but you probably don't know the actual storyline behind the video. And trust me, the storyline makes no sense. The video starts with Kirby just sitting on a grassland or something, and he gets sucked by a portal. Then he goes to a forest, and the forest is burning for some reason. These freaky claymen show up. Apparently they're called shadows. Then this original character, Do Not Steal, comes out named Furry. Then he gives Kirby a hammer. Then Rosie comes in. Then Marx shows up and does stuff about destroying the entire universe, which would also be destroying himself 10 out of 10. Then Shadow Kirby comes out and does a boring monologue. And then they go into a Pokemon portal. That's the entire video. That's the end of the series as well, so we never know who's in the portal. 11 out of 10. Game of the century. Better than the 1,000-Year Door. Then there's a cryptic video he uploaded called Clip Number 1, which is Kirby in Super Mario 3D World or something. I don't know. Maybe it was something for a series that never happened. There was a teaser number 1 for something called Pokemon Clay version. That also never went anywhere. There is a winter special that he did, which featured several unfunny skits related to winter. These bits include Kirby eating everyone in a race, some pointless thing, Alex venting out his frustrations over Animal Crossing, Kirby being made into a snowman and then coming out and eating everyone again. And that's about it. The next series was Kirby Clash, a complicated pseudo-fighting game that a bunch of YouTubers took in. There are so many rules for some reason that he had to make a 2-minute and 17 video explaining everything, even though the actual videos are only between 36 seconds and a minute. On Pi Day 2014, Alex decided to upload a bunch of stuff that he had never finished as a protest of SOPA. The first of these was a sculpture of the Quaggle Miraclops from Pikmin 3. Another was an unfinished Paper Kirby sequel called Super Paper Kirby, which was sort of like Super Paper Mario but with Kirby. A Super Smash Bros. Claymation intro. It featured several characters, but one notable thing was how Popo was gonna be in it, but not Nana. You know, even though the Ice Climber's whole gimmick is that you fight as both of them together at once. The final series that he released on Pi Day was Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Clay, which featured Alex as a self-insert Snivy, Pikachu, Emolga, and Riolu Man. As they do stuff, it never went anywhere. At one point, Alex had been planning on rebooting Paper Kirby, but there's nothing besides a request for voice actors, vague character descriptions, and it's a single picture. And since nothing's been updated on it in a couple years, we can assume it's dead. Then he uploaded a bunch of Mario Kart 8 videos, which are nothing special. Then he got Capture Card and uploaded a bunch of Smash Brothers videos. And around a year ago, he started playing Earthbound and made a claymation short of the slimy little tile from Earthbound. And then he did a Earthbound Splatoon claymation crossover with memes. He asked for memes. I complied. That's actually the only time Alex has watched one of my videos, I believe. I'm not sure if he's watched any of my other YouTube poops featuring Paper Kirby or that stuff. Then a year ago, he posted a cryptic update video saying, "What do you want me to do? What should I do next?" And he ended up doing nothing. The end. So, what's the lesson here? Don't film stop motion animation on whiteboards. I don't know what the lesson is. I'm sorry. I hope you enjoyed the video though.